Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg and I am from Student Budget. I am a week behind schedule. I'm so sorry I didn't make a video last week. My little boy has been really unwell last weekend and now he's given me the same illness, so I am now unfortunately really feeling horrific. So if I don't sound like my usual self, that's why. But I didn't want to miss another video. I've been loving doing these videos, but unfortunately last weekend I did not get the chance to go out and get cash out. So I've been sort of using my card this week again, which actually feels really bizarre now, which is quite amazing because for so long I've just tapped with my card. And actually using my card instead of cash this week has felt really alien. So I'm really glad that I've been able to go to a cash point today and get the money out. I went to a cash point, as I said, and it's given me all 10s, and then this 5 was left over in my purse. So I usually have about like £20 hanging around in my purse, but I'm actually going to count this in this week. So I believe I got 210 out from the cash point, so this should be 215, but I'm just going to check because, as I say, it's all in 10s. It feels really chunky because usually they give you like as many 20s as possible, but not this time. So I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 210 and 15. So that is right. Fantastic. How have you guys all been this week? I've had such a bizarre up and down week. It was Robin's birthday on Monday and he was so unwell. He was actually in hospital on Sunday night, so he's fine now. He's just had I think it's called gastroenteritis, but he got a bit dehydrated, so he had to go into hospital to be rehydrated, which was quite scary. And that was on, it's always, I mean, anyone who has kids knows, it is always on a Sunday night or like when the doctors aren't open, that sort of thing. So we rang 111 and they said we had to go to A&E. So the poor thing had to be taken out of his bed on Sunday night. It was Monday was his birthday, first ever birthday. And yeah, it was just a bit of an ordeal. He's fine now, but he didn't have a great birthday, unfortunately. We couldn't do any of the things we wanted to do. So it was just a bit sort of annoying, really, because we wanted to obviously give him like the best ever first birthday, and we couldn't because he was so unwell. And now I am really unwell. So yeah, it's been a hell of a week, I have to say. But I'm so happy that like I keep getting these notifications on my phone that like I've got another subscriber on YouTube, and it just brings me so much joy. I'm so happy that you guys actually want to sit and listen to me. It's amazing. And I actually had someone subscribe to my channel, and I'm not going to say who it is because they maybe don't want people to know or whatever, but I've had someone subscribe to my channel, and years ago they used to make YouTube videos and I was a subscriber of hers. And I freaking loved her channel. She did like really cool beauty videos and I just loved her as a person. I thought she was great. And then she subscribed to my channel the other day and I nearly had a heart attack. I like second guessed myself. I was like, what? Is that her? Is that really her? So that was an amazing moment the other day and I was thrilled. So yeah, I'm so happy to be back, even though I feel really sick. But yeah. So first of all, I've got 215. I'm going to start with my cash envelopes this week, as always. I'm probably going to put a bit more in my sinking funds this week, because obviously last week I didn't put anything in there. So I'm going to probably keep it quite small on the cash envelopes. I did say in my last video that I was going to make a listing for these. I'm actually not. This design here is really intricate. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got lots of tiny little pieces. And I've actually noticed over a couple of weeks that the tiny little pieces are starting to peel up. So I don't want to list them because I wouldn't be happy selling something that isn't made to last, if that makes sense. So all of these sort of slightly thicker pieces of vinyl, they stick really well, but these tiny intricate pieces don't. So I'm going to find a different design where I could do initials, and I'll list that once I've had a chance to find a different design. So food this week, I don't think I'll need to put much in here. I've put these new sheets in just because, quite frankly, I couldn't be bothered to make my own, so I just used some that I had. And I'm going to fill these out. So food, I'm going to put 40 in. I'll just put in 4 10s because it's literally all I've got. It's like usually the opposite problem. Usually I'm like, I've got loads of 20s and nothing else. And then this week everything's 10s. Today is the 15th of October. It is a Friday. Thank goodness. I was at a training day today and I just felt so ill all day. So I'm going to add £40. So that means I'm going to have £40. I didn't fill this in last week when I used the cash. I was just like, ugh. Just spending things as and when, because I was just a bit all over the place with Robin being ill. Groceries. Oh, I've done that wrong. See, you're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to do this about 50 times. I've put my groceries money in food. I'm away with the fairies. I probably shouldn't even be filming a video because I'm all over the shop today. But I can't bear having 2 weeks without an upload. So I'm just going to do 40 in there. This one doesn't need £40. There's no way I'm going to have £40 of takeaways in a week. I mean, I could, but I probably shouldn't. I'm going to put in 20. Why not? Oh, Christ, what do I do here? I'll just do minus 20 equals 20. What a bloody mess. Off to a great start already, aren't I? Yeah, I feel so out of sorts and my head feels really, really fuzzy. So this is probably going to be a hell of a video. Right, £40 in there for groceries. For me, I don't even know. I think I'm just going to put 20 back in there. Got nothing on the agenda. But you know what it's like. You always see something, don't you, when you're out and about. Let's have a look. £20 in there. I want to keep this fairly slim this week because I've got half a tank of fuel, so at most I'll need £20. To be honest, I could probably, no, I'll put £20 in because I do have to go to Darlington next week, which is a good hour away. So date night, as you can tell, we still haven't been on a date. I feel like this is going to be a running theme with this envelope. It just gets more money and it never gets spent because we never ever go out. I'm going to put in 10 in here. So there's 40. So I have 20, 30 and 40. There we go. One day we will go for a date. In Robin's there is £40 in here. I'm going to put another 20 in. This I'm just using for his childcare at the minute, so by the time that comes around there'll be plenty in there. 20, and that means 60 in total. I'll just check that actually just in case. So there's 20, 40, 50, 60, yeah there is. So 60. Business, right, okay. The shop's been a bit quieter this week, which isn't a bad thing to be honest, because I was quite busy at one point. So 34, I'm just going to put in another 5 in there. Yeah, 5 in there. So that is going to give me 39. Plus £5 equals £39. And then school. I'm actually going to leave school because I really don't need anything at the minute. I did buy a couple of books, but I actually took that out of my For Me money last week. So that's still got 10 in there. I really don't need anything. There's nothing in this envelope. This is what I'm using at the minute. If I say I spent £10 on my card, but it was from one of these categories, I put that cash in that envelope. So I didn't spend it again, if that makes sense. And then the next week when I come to take the money out, I just take a little bit less out because I've already got some in here from the last week. That was probably a really, really bad explanation. I'm just going to leave that one because I didn't change it, did I? But yeah, it just means that if I do spend on my card, because it is inevitable, I think anyway. I think you will spend money on your card sometimes. There's some things you have to spend money on your card. But I think it's all about just trying to minimize it and budgeting. So if you spend that money on your card, making sure you take the cash out of the envelope and put it aside so that you know that it's been spent, because otherwise it could kind of go a bit awry, I think. With tattoos, I've got 130 in there. My next one is in a week and a half. I'll probably, what have I got left? Let's see. This is what I always do when I come to sinking funds. I don't do like a written budget and then put it all in. I kind of do it as I'm going through. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I think that was 8. Oh God. I think it's about £90. I am going to just put in 20 in there because I'm actually coming up to roughly how much I need. Not including the money I already have in the bank, but I'm going to keep that money that I have in the bank for my next one. So I should have 150 now. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah. As I said in previous videos, I've got 200 in the bank for this anyway, so that's 350 in total. And I've got one in October and one in November. So the one in November is significantly more expensive. That one's going to be 300 on its own. But this one is just smaller, so it's not going to be that bad. 15th of the 10th. I haven't been putting the dates in, have I? No, I've not. I'm going to come to this next week and go, what the hell was she doing last week? £150. There we go. Right, Christmas. What have we got? We've got 170. I'm going to put 30 in, so we've got 200. Because I want this nice and full for Christmas. So that should be £200 now. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Lovely. God, it feels amazing having that money put away for Christmas already. Not that Christmas is like, I mean, £200 is a lot of money, but I know a lot of people go really all out for Christmas and spend thousands. I'm not one of those people at all. I never have been, to be honest. But just having the money there, knowing that it can be spent on that, is really like calming. Because I think a lot of us get to Christmas and it's a really expensive time of year. I mean, when else do you spend that much money just on top of all the other stuff you've got to pay for? But then just having it there, it means I don't feel guilty about spending it. And I also kind of know that it's going to come to January and I'm going to be fine. Because I don't know about any of you, but January used to just be hell. Because you'd spent all your money over Christmas and you had nothing left. So yeah, hopefully this year January is going to be a bit easier on me. Car maintenance, she's finally changed the label for. I'm really proud of myself for actually doing that last week. Car maintenance, I've got 40. I'm going to put in another 10, so I've got 50. So that's 20, 30, 40, 50. Just keep this one ticking over. Again, it's kind of nice knowing that I'm like, oh, well, that's a tyre on my car. So if I had a tyre go, or I just needed a new one, that money's already there. It's a very freeing feeling. And also, like, I'm on student finance, which I've mentioned in my previous videos. I was very much under the impression that I was going to get, because I get like £3,000 at a time, right? And previous me would have had that spent, honestly. I would have had it spent in a month. And then I would have had like a really small amount of it to try and like live off for the rest of the time. I was always like that when I got paid monthly. I would spend all of my salary really early in the month, and then I would be like, have nothing left for the rest of the month. But this way, honestly, I can't believe how much is still in my bank. Genuinely, I'm like, how have I still got all that money sat there that I haven't spent? And I'm getting my next lot in January. And I just keep thinking, like, I'm going to still have money by the time January comes around. And that is so, I just do not know what that feels like. I've never been like that with money, ever. So this method really is working for me so much. Like, I can't believe how much it's working for me. Right, in gifts, back onto topic. In gifts, I'm going to take 5 out and I'm going to put 10 in. So I've got 15 because I've just been adding 5 to this one every time. 15th of the 10th. So that is £5 extra, and I've got 15 now. Marvellous. Again, it'll be nice when I think my next birthday is in February. My niece's birthday is in February. So it's going to get to February and I'm going to have all that money sat there, and probably money for the next person's birthday as well. So it's really nice knowing that that's there. Surgery, I've got 20. What have I got? Actually, I always forget what's after this. Surgery, house, debt. Right. Surgery, I'm going to put in 10. So I should have 30. Ooh, getting a bit stuck. Should have 30 now. 10, 20, 30 for surgery. I've actually got a date for my surgery now as well. I'm having my surgery on the 22nd of February. And I'm very excited. I can't wait. It's been a long time in the planning, so it feels like it's all sort of coming into fruition now, which is great. House, I'm going to ignore. I'm going to pretend that doesn't exist, and then I'm going to put 5 into debt. So there should be 30 in here now. I might start. What I might do, I think somebody said it was Pinching the Pennies in my comment last week. I believe it was, yes. Pinching the Pennies was the person who I found the snowball method from. And I do think it's working quite well. But what I might start doing is doing an actual written plan of what I'm going to put in every week. Because what I was saying before, I just sort of like go through the envelopes and put in what I think. But you see, my debt is at the end. And it means it's always getting like a really small amount, because I get sort of caught up in these sort of more urgent ones. But I guess arguably debt is quite urgent, isn't it? So I guess it depends on what you sort of value more. That's funny because I've got tattoos at the very front, so that just says a lot about me, doesn't it? But yeah, I think like, I'm not sure how it works for you. I think I'm just going to keep sort of seeing how it goes with the snowballing method, going for the things that are coming up soonest. So for me, as I say, I've got a tattoo appointment in a week. Then I will probably move this, although I've got another one in November, which is before Christmas. But say like once Christmas is done, these two are going to move to the back of the pile, and then car maintenance might be first to build that up a bit, and gifts, because in the summer I've got a ton of birthdays. So like June for me is just ridiculous. Like 2 a week probably in June, where I've got like Father's Day, my other half's birthday, my dad's birthday, everyone's birthday's in June. And July is exactly the same. So I think that's the case. It'll sort of like, things will move based off what time of year it is. And the only reason tattoos is first at the minute is just because I'm having one next week. So yes, that is £215, all stuffed into cash envelopes. I'm sinking funds for the week. It's actually probably a bit more than a week because I've been off. I'm going to go and have a lie down because I feel dreadful. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully by next week I don't feel so rough and I might not sound rough anymore. But yeah, I hope you have a grand week. Whatever you guys are up to, let me know down below. And I will be back next weekend for more cash stuffing. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.